Hello my internet friends and welcome to The Waking Dreamer. So today, for the third time since the start of this channel, it's time for Asaf Avidan. The first two times I reacted to him was the Labyrinth song and the Lazarus Rock, the Rock of Lazarus, the Rock of Lazarus. So this is the third suggestion that came in from a generous patron on the Buy Me Coffee app. The song is called Gold Shadow. I have not listened to it before. I have opened up a page with lyrics because there are no subtitles available. Of course, the song is in English. However, the song and the rhythm and the voice, everything, it often goes so quickly that you don't get the time to appreciate the lyrics properly. So after the song is done, I'm going to check out the lyrics and read them through, because until now Asaf has had amazing lyrics that merit their own appreciation outside of the music world actually. So it's like poetry with addition of music and singing. So let's begin. Before we begin, just to let you guys know, we will not be having live streams in the foreseeable future because we had a ban on our channel a couple of days ago due to copyrights, and it's a complete mess, and we got the ban disputed and removed. However, we don't feel like playing with fire for the time being, so we'll try to get some things settled with companies, with label companies who own copyright, and after that we may come back to live streams. Okay folks, let's begin. Asaf Avidan, In a Box 2, Gold Shadow.
There's a gold shadow seeping through the door. There's a cold sparrow lying still upon the floor. Dead and true as lipstick, slow as the speed of skin. There's a gold shadow growing from within.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful lyrics. So I have learned to expect the best from him, you know? The lyrics are amazing. I'm going to read through them, as I said, later on. I wonder how this progresses on.
There's a bent willow in the moonlight painted blue. There's a spent window silhouetting you. Deep and true as whiskey, soft and sure as lies. There's a bent willow reflecting in your eyes. But now there's a girl out in a boat. Her arms are outstretched and she's barely afloat. There's a man on the shore, a rope in his hands. It's tied to the boat and he's pulling as hard as he can. Not to bring her to him, but to pull the whole shore, you know.
Once again, like the previous video, my memory is not what it used to be. So someone made a comment that that Asaf is either he is acquainted to Ren, or that they're friends, or that they were in a song somewhere together. Some correlation that exists, and it reminds me a lot of Ren in a couple of ways. First, a beautiful voice. Secondly, deep, insightful lyrics, free dedication to the, like you can see that the playing of the instrument is on a high level, and for the storytelling, you know, he is telling a story for it's just him and the instrument, because especially in the modern times, a lot of poor quality gets hidden behind a lot of instruments. So they get like 7 or 8 instruments on the stage and 10 dancers and special effects and all this crap on the stage, and then the absolute abysmal quality of the lyrics and of the song gets hidden in the abundance of crap, you know. So it's shiny lights, lots of sound, naked people. Don't look at the quality. Look at all this not abstractions. What's the word? Distractions. So with him, it's one instrument and his voice. So if the lyrics and the quality of the music doesn't suffice, you can see it, and it obviously suffices. So it suffices times 10. So that's how you can see an artist right away. He doesn't need dancers around. It's just him in a room on a chair singing and playing. That's art. That's art. Unfortunately, sometimes I feel it's like it's a dying art, because people don't like their attention span is not strong enough to deal with a 5-minute song that demands attention, you know, that demands thinking. Oh, I have to think? How horrible. Yeah, let's continue.
Whole world with it, to her open door. All his voices are heard, all his voices are heard, all his voices are heard, all his voices are heard. Has he been here before? Nobody's sure.
Just a second, what he did, like playing with his voice like an instrument, like imitating basically, let's say, a trumpet, I believe. There, it reminds me of something like Asaf lives in France, I believe I've read somewhere. It reminds me of this. I hate it, I can't remember. I saw like 10 or 15 years ago. I saw some band, a French band. They were playing in the street, like it was a female singer and a couple of musicians, and she was doing something similar with her voice, and I don't remember people doing this. The melody was something in the comment section, guys. Out of the thousands of people who are going to watch, someone has to remember. Sounds familiar. It goes something like dee da dee da dee da da dee da dee da ta dee da dee da dee da da dee da dee da ta dee da dee da dee da da dee da dee da dee da dee da da da. And it's on French, so I can't sing it away. But that was the melody, and I'm absolutely certain that the singer did something very similar to this, and I can't remember the name for the life of me. But and I haven't heard that in 10 years or so, but it impacted me. I remembered it. It was quite distinct. That's why this reminded me, because it was quite unique. Let's continue. There's
a silver distance, a luminescent glimpse. There's a river of resistance. It's dried the cracks upon your lips, brittle as believing, sticky as betrayal. There's a silver distance, opening like a trail. But there was a town before all the leaves cover the beauty of Adam and Eve. And they were blind, and they were free to be whatever they wanted to be. But now they're just a prayer and a song, and he is so sorry for all that went wrong. All his voices are heard, all his voices are heard, all his voices are heard, all his voices are heard. Has he been here before? Has he been here before? Has he been here before?
Okay, let's check out the lyrics, folks, because I wanted to devote some time to them. There's a gold shadow seeping through the door. There's a cold sparrow lying still upon the floor. Dead and true as lipstick, slow as the speed of skin. There's a gold shadow growing from within. Oh, that's my problem is that I've read so much poetry in my life and heard so much music that everything reminds me of something, you know. So there's a deeper meaning and an emotion that this reminds me of. I'm sure most of you, almost everyone, well, who knows, in this day and age, I imagine some people don't even know who Edgar Allan Poe was. But there's a famous poem by Edgar Allan Poe called "The Raven," and my favorite lyric it's at the very end of that poem. It goes. It reminds me of. It goes something like, "And the raven never fitting, still is sitting, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon that is dreaming. And my soul, which is lying naked in the shadow on the floor, shall be lifted nevermore." So there's something very the same emotion and same what would be the word? It's almost prophetic and doom-like, but also emotional and explosive. It's very, very deep, very interesting. Let's continue. There's a bent willow in the moonlight painted blue. There's a spent window silhouetting you. Deep and true as whiskey, soft and sure as lies. There's a bent willow reflecting in your eyes. But now there's a girl out in a boat. Her arms are outstretched and she's barely afloat. There's a man on the shore, a rope in his hands. It's tied to the boat and he's pulling as hard as he can. Not to bring her to him, but to pull the whole shore and the whole world with it to her open door. Very, 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 very interesting. Very, very profound. There's a silver distance, a luminescent glimpse. There's a river of resistance, it's dry to the cracks upon your lips. Brittle as believing, sticky as betrayal. There's a silver distance opening up like a trail. Ah. Yeah. There was a time when everyone... Another thing that reminds me, covered the beauty of Adam and Eve, and they were blind and they were free to be whatever they wanted to be. but now they're just a prayer in a song, and he's so sorry for all that went wrong. But are we ever free? You know that one of my favorite movies, it's called The Dead Poets Society. If you have not watched The Dead Poets Society, you have to correct that. Like, seriously, you have to correct that. And it's by the main actor in the movie is obviously Robin Williams. And at a certain point, he gives a lyric of his own. Only in their dreams can men be truly free. It was always thus, and thus will always be. So we are free, I guess, until we grow up. When we grow up, we get obligations and duties and responsibilities, and it's hard to tell where freedom ends and negligence begins. So it's that's a different story, folks. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed this at least nearly as much as I did. An absolute treasure. So this is the third song I've listened to and read by Asaf Avidan. All three are gems, but however, I still cling to the Library song as my favorite, as it correlates a lot with some things in my life, and I felt it on a personal level. While I'll recognize the Rock of Lazarus and the Gold Shadow as also as pieces of art, the Labyrinth song struck me deeper than I would ever admit. Thank you everyone for joining in the comment section and buy me coffee. For the next songs of Asaf Avidan, there'll be much more, I guarantee you. I will not be done listening until I listen to everything multiple of times, and that will probably take my whole life. Thank you everyone for joining. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and liking the video, as it helps the channel a lot, costs you nothing, and you'll get notifications for future videos. So thank you everyone, see you, hear you on the next one. Cheers folks.